Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Many ball players are indeed playas. Yeah. And this jumps into body game, real body game and stuff. Cause I was watching my alma mater, my undergrad, play St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia, played Villanova, and they won. And, that's one of the things I do when I watch TV. If it's not even my school, I'll watch some sports. And every time somebody score or do something big, I say what we used to say back in the undergrad. He gonna get his cut tonight. But this was especially special. And there was a big man for St. Joe's who, man, that he shot like 4 3-pointers, a big man. I said, yeah, he gonna get his cut tonight. Yeah. But you know what I was thinking this morning and stuff, right? I was like, damn, most of the players I've known for decades up to this moment have been players, ball players. They were jocks. And, of course, they got body game because, well, you playing a sport. You playing a sport. You got to be in shape to play a sport. And I even said that before. You can tell a lot about a woman by asking her what sport she likes. And I was thinking about that. I was like, yeah, you know what? Because I was thinking about the guys I've known for decades, going back to high school, who were players, getting theirs like a champ. And they were always either football players or basketball players. Or played something, ran track, something. They did something. Heck, even there's one young lady telling me how the lacrosse, she was like something for her lacrosse team, like a manager or something. She said they were some hoes. That was lacrosse. And in fact, I knew another woman, she said she loved some lacrosse players' bodies and stuff, right? Because see, the main thing with them is body game, is body. Women go crazy, just like men go crazy over cheerleaders' bodies, because that's, if you really think about it, they really be engaged in a sport, because they jumping around, doing all that stuff. They be working out hard. People don't realize how hard cheerleaders work out. Like, I remember this one gym I was a member, I had some high school cheerleaders working out there. They would go hard, being there like 3 hours and stuff. And I was just thinking about that. I mean, it's right there. And then that whole jocks versus nerds thing, shit, that been around for decades, before I was born. Because if a woman had a choice between a jock and a nerd, most of the time she would take a jock. Now, there's always an exception. Some guy who didn't play. Like, I've known a couple guys, they didn't play sports, they were still getting theirs, but they were still built like athletes. They were still built like jocks. They still built like they could do something. And, the women, they going crazy over the body. That's hence why I promote body game. That's why I promote body game so much, because it works. Women like bodies. Like a lot of guys that say, well, they doing it for status, but say, hold up. I've known of some jocks, they ain't playing like some Division I ball or something, or playing pro or something like that. Shoot, you going, like I said, I've talked about this several times. If you go in some hoods or something, some of that street ball or something, you see some women on the side checking them out and everything. Because, some guys don't want to admit that because they jocks like that. So they don't want to say, well, it's the jock thing. And what is it with the jocks? They staying in shape. Now, they might not be super muscular. It depends on the sport. And really, body game isn't about being super muscular. is being just in good shape. Something that women like. You know? Women want to see you naked and stuff. And see, when you get some women, they be watching these guys play ball and stuff. You know, they already turned on by the guy's body. But then when those guys do something, they score a touchdown or make that three-point shot, you know they're going to get their cut. Because they're exciting the women. Because I've known some women, they would just get excited by the men's bodies. In fact, I mentioned that before, like when I was at American. When I was at American University, and I was real cool with all the players there. And I remember we played Ohio State back when they had Jim Jackson. And I'll never forget when they came in. I remember, I told y'all, they came in to practice before the game, the day before the game, practice on the court. And this young lady said, "Those are the most beautiful men I've ever seen." She wasn't talking about like what their ranking was or what type of status they was. She was looking at them physically. And shoot, women be going crazy over that shit. And that's always been the case. That's always been the case. The whole jocks versus nerds thing. That's an old meme. Y'all can look that up. If y'all don't have to believe me, look that up. That's been going back years. Women always been going crazy over that type, that jock. But are they really going crazy over the sport itself? Because a lot of times, shoot, I remember back in grade school, 8th grade, we had a little basketball team. And I was in the 7th grade. These women, they were all going to the game, and they specifically said, yeah, we're going to check out that dude's legs. It was this muscular dude playing on the team. Said, yeah, we get to see him in some shorts. So women always checking out a body, and they always checking out athletic bodies. I mean, if you had to say which body was the best, I always say, just have your best body. Have your best body, see which women like it. But if I had to generalize, women like athletic bodies. They like somebody look like they can play some ball or something. It is what it is. You know? If you look like it. Because, shoot, even playing rec leagues and stuff, shoot, there's some women on the side. They be going crazy and stuff. Checking out the bodies. They checking out the bodies. See, it's not even about the sport. Like, if you're talking rec leagues, what kind of status is that? Because I know some dudes will probably be like, oh, no, it's status. Yeah, but why they checking out rec leagues? Or why they checking out street ball? The dudes, they don't have status. They just playing. They checking out the bodies. Shoot. I knew this one dude, he used to always play ball. Women be checking him out, be playing in rec leagues and stuff. Shoot, women were talking about raping his ass. Oh, man. But what they going crazy over, they checking out the bodies. That's a big part of body game right there. That is a big part of body game. Even some dudes who might not have played ball or something, if they just look like they played ball or did some type of sport, it could be any sport. I mean, I mentioned football and basketball. You know, they could be soccer players, track runners, whatever. Like, when I was in undergrad, I can't think of one ball player that had trouble with women. Even some dudes playing intramurals, if they had a good body, they were getting some women. Intramurals now, what kind of status they got there? You know? That's why I say it's like, get that body right. And that's always been the case. Because understand something with women. Let's just be real. They want a nice looking body to see butt naked. Just like men. Most men don't want to crawl on top of some flabby woman with her breastises all droopy. You know. Her butt not round. She has stomach bigger than everything else on her body. Unless they on some dog shit. Yeah, we won't get into that. But for the most part, they want that tight body woman. Who y'all think those tight body women want? Like, in fact, let's just limit it to that. Let's just be real. Most guys want that tight body woman, right? Most guys want that cheerleader type of woman, cheerleader body type, dancer type, whatever, right? Who do you think those women want? And yeah, some guys, invariably some guys say, well, she was on here with a different type of guy. Yeah, but you don't know the whole situation with that, though, do you? He could be on that friend shit. Because I knew a woman had a tight-ass body and shit, and she hung out with this dude. This dude he wasn't in no athletic shape or something, but in fact, she had a few dudes. She was real pretty, had a killer body and stuff. She used to skateboard and stuff like that. But she had those guys that she was around that she had in the friend zone, because me and her used to joke about it. I was like, yeah, we used to joke about it. We used to say, yeah, you putting that man back in the friend zone. Those are the guys she around. So unless you know what's up with her. Now, she did give it up to a couple guys, but those guys were in those guys would be considered chads. Now, I know some black pillars, they're going to lose their minds. See, there you go. Even with the chads, you think about it. If you think about it, the chads, if you ask them, go to a guy you think is a chad, most of them have played some type of ball or did some athletic. And like I said, even the exceptions might not have played ball. They did something physical. Like I knew this dude, he said he ain't play any ball, but he was a skater. He was a skater. So, and I knew this one guy. Now, he didn't play ball at all, but he had that, he was built like he played basketball. He was built like that way. He had that build like that, And then, even when you get some women who like stocky men, they tend to like football players. Look like they can run somebody over or knock somebody out, Like I said, you can learn a lot from a woman. Ask her what her favorite sport is. And trust me, they don't always be, a lot of them don't be looking at just the sport itself. Half the time they don't know what's going on. Half the time they don't know what's going on. They checking out the bodies. Shoot. It's like in those lingerie football leagues and stuff. Yeah, like guys really checking out the sport. Like checking out the women throwing the ball. Yeah, right. Okay. Nah, they checking out some other shit with them. But, that's just but you can see a lot of it. Seriously, just sit back. If you're in college or something like that, sit back and watch how some of these women doing. They're watching these guys play, score touchdowns, make baskets, dunk and shit. And especially if they doing real well. Cause shoot, now that I think about it, there was a lot of women, they be checking out some dudes just playing ball. Talking about just checking out the bodies and shit. Don't even know who winning the game. Don't even care. Especially if it's a pickup game or something. Shit. Yeah, I remember one time, I was over my uncle's house. It was my uncle and grandfather. They were just running some plays with me. Next door neighbor was just out there staring at a brother. I was like, yeah, that's right. Yeah. But what is it? It's just body game on another level. Like, at least look like if you ain't gonna be, because you get some dudes thinking you gotta be super muscular and shit, and that don't hurt. But let's just be real. If you look at like basketball players, even some of these football players, they have like strong bodies, tight bodies, but they usually don't be super muscular or anything like that. They just have a tight body. They can just play. They can just play, and they just be doing their thing. Yeah. And anybody who pays attention to the background, y'all see I'm going a different way. I had to drop a bunch of shirts off at the cleaners. So it'll be one of those split ones and stuff. Like about 5 to 10 minutes for me, 1 second for y'all. But I'm telling you, those ball players be getting theirs. Those ball players be getting theirs. Anyway. Hey, look. I'll be back in a second, alright? Be back in a second. Alright, y'all. I just dropped my stuff off. Can't wait for this. Well, guess I should turn on the car first. Yeah, wait for these cars to come past me. But yeah, yo. Man, when I was just thinking about that the other day. Well, yesterday, really. I was like, hold up. Most of the players I've known, I mean, for decades, have been jocks. Have been jocks. And what the main thing they have? Body game. Yeah, there were some exceptions, of course. There were some exceptions. You know, but, you know, what do you go with, the exception or the rule? I know some dudes were going to try to be the exception. Dude, probably not. If you even at a point where you have to even think about it, right? You probably ain't there. Seriously. It is even just being there and stuff. They don't even have to see you play and stuff. Sometimes they just think you are. Because at my age, you know, because I'm older and everything, I've had several women think, they were asking me, you play football? You know what's funny, right? There was this one guy trying to say, yeah, man, up there thinking you might have played for the Skins. And the fool never seen me in person. Or full body. Because I remember I was at this party and stuff, right? And there were a couple, Commanders now, but back then they were the Redskins. And there were a few Redskins there at the party, and this woman was going crazy over the brother's body. And she was looking at it, and this was even before body game, and she was like, "Oh, you play for the Skins? What position you play?" I was like, "I don't play. I don't play for them." But she obviously liked football players. You know, seriously. She obviously liked football players, because it'd be about the bodies women be going crazy over. Seriously. And I want y'all to think about that. And some of y'all who probably some jocks or something, y'all probably getting y'all's. Shoot. Or at least, you know, I ain't gonna say, you know, even the ones who ain't trying to be players, usually good to get a fine ass woman. But that's one thing I noticed with them. Whether they trying to be players or they just chilling or something, they be getting some baddies and stuff. Get some women in shape. Cause like I said, and I was thinking about that shit on another level too. Cause you got so many women, you got all these women's sports playing ball, and these young women playing ball. But you got a lot of young men not playing ball. Why would a woman want that guy? Seriously, why would she want a guy? She can play ball. She can go out there. Shit. Because even some women I dealt with, there's a couple who ran one-on-one with. Played one-on-one and stuff. That's how much they were into it. And they were going crazy. One didn't even agree with half the shit I said. She didn't agree with it, but she loved playing me one-on-one. Yeah. You let her get some shots in, smack some away, you know. I won a couple games, she won a couple games. Oh, she could play though. She had played for somebody. So it's like, okay. But you get those women with those tight bodies, they had played some ball. Shoot, what do you think they looking for? They don't want some guy who ain't played ball themselves. Shit. They want somebody who can roll with them in more ways than one. And so, and even some guys who said, you know, well, maybe they ain't played ball. What I would suggest is look like you did. Hit the gym. It's not even so much as hitting the gym, you know, putting on muscle. That ain't bad, but, you know, maybe doing some running, some calisthenics, you know, doing some stuff, looking athletic. Because, like I was saying earlier, you know, in general, I say as long as you have a good body build, but if I had to say, well, the best one that gets the woman's most attention, that gets the most attention, is that athletic build. If I had to say one. Yeah, other builds will get a woman, you know, even a big man to get a woman, but if you want to, like, increase the number of women you get, have more options. It look like you done played some ball. I lost track of how many girlfriends done seen me just play rec ball. Just playing rec football. Even rec basketball, really. Even rec basketball. Because I remember I played in this one rec league, basketball, and there was some women saying some stuff, and some women checking out the games. This was in a rec league. It was like it's a lot of lawyers and stuff playing and stuff, and they would get into it, because they get into it because, see, what they checking out, like I said, it's just like men checking out like these lingerie football leagues. Like, you really checking out the bodies and stuff. You might not check out a regular women's football league. They all helmeted up, padded up and stuff. But shoot, these lingerie football leagues, shit. I know why you checking them out. And who don't be checking out the cheerleaders at these college football games, college football and basketball games? Because y'all notice when I don't know, the camera always find their way to them. I wonder why they ain't playing. Pro football, they barely look at the cheerleaders. Or well, I ain't gonna lie, I don't pay attention to pro basketball. My team was the Wizards, so you saw what it was there. But you be getting to women like bodies. They like tight bodies. You just had to figure out, okay, what sports you look like you play or could have played, and go from there. Which body does a woman like? Does she like your type of body? You know? Once you figure that shit out, shoot, you halfway into your tribe. Even if you into some other stuff. Some women like runners. I remember I was working at a gym. Couple women, they were going crazy over this guy. He was a definite runner. He'd be on that treadmill like going for it. He'd be running. And a few women, they just set up around him, just watch him running. Or swimmers or something like that. And it really just, and honestly, man, let me just be raw with it. It does come down to who they want to see naked. Also, it comes down to who they feel like is going to last longer in the bedroom. Because one thing, and this is in general, and this is why you need to get into body game in general. And yeah, there's some exceptions, of course, because it's an art, not a science. But in general, when women looking at a body, she looking at that body she want to see naked. She looking at that body she want to see, she think can last. You know, so they'll get into some swimmer's body, or runner's body, or something like that. Or if you playing basketball, football, some sport like that, lacrosse, just look like you can last. And that's the biggest thing. Just look like you can last, no matter what. Look like, you know, because they looking at how you move anyway. Because, shoot, women, they don't want somebody to look like, you know, they don't want to be like frowning or something when they look at your body naked. So you want to make sure you have something going on for them. Shoot, drive them crazy, because they ain't just getting crazy just over the body, but the action of the body. Shoot. And like I said, it depends on the woman, you know, whether they want you with some meat on you or slim. It really depends. Just look athletic, period. How's that? How's that? Just look like you can do something. Look like you can play some ball or something. Shoot, some women probably get wet probably watching some dudes playing some ball. And then, you know, especially on a college campus, and you know, women at that age, when they young like that, shoot, they just be hooking up. Or even in high school. Because I'm willing to put good money on, like, you be always hearing about these teachers hooking up with a student. I'm willing to put good money hooking up with a jock. They always keep that on the low, because, you know, they don't want to expose the student. But most of them ain't hooking up with just an average student. Most of them. Like I said, there's always an exception. And please don't come on here talking about the exception, whatever. This ain't a science. You gotta go with the art of it. You gotta go with the likelihood. You know, you got some of these older women and stuff. Shoot, these MILFs, these older women, teachers, whatever. Shoot, they going. Who they usually go for? Shit, they looking for that guy who look like he can do something. And I'm trying to think about who do I know, or what players have I known personally didn't play anything, or wasn't good at it. I can't think of anybody, even if it's just hiccup. I can think of one. And like I said, he looked like he could play basketball. That's one out of what? That's just one. Dang. Yeah, but anyway, right? Yeah, I gotta go over here. I gotta mail something. I'm always mailing something. Like I said, Rom's in business. Yeah, I can't take that truck. Anyway, I'm trying to think about that. Just think. Don't go by Uncle Ron. Think about it. Even some dudes talking to some Chad and Tyrone and something, right? Look at Chad and Tyrone good if you want to look at them. They look like they played ball. In fact, if you run into a Chad or Tyrone, say, hey, what you play? What ball did you play? And see what they say. Really think about it. Honey, I ain't gonna run you over. Well, maybe I should. But anyway, yeah. Play that ball, y'all. Well, shoot, there's some plays. Learn a lot from them. Or at least look like you can. All right? Anyway, I talk to y'all. Peace.